Well, once again, some fantastic storylines in this women's 100 final. Dina Asher-Smith won gold as part of a hat-trick in 2018 in Berlin. She then pulled up mid-race in 2022 at the next edition. Gina Lukenkemper of Germany won on home soil, beating Mujinga Kambundji to gold. But all three medalists on that occasion were separated by 0.01 seconds. 10.99 the winning time. There was Asher-Smith. There is the stern face of Gina Lukenkemper. Kambundji then beat Asher-Smith to become the 200-meter champion in Munich. And don't forget as well, coming into this, Ditaji Kambundji, the younger sister of Mujinga, already has a silver medal from the 100 hurdles. And in fact, Mujinga had to wait and see whether she would be one of the non-automatic time qualifiers to make it through. Not at her very best, but maybe we thought that Dina Asher-Smith wasn't her best. And she's had a difficult couple of years, but then Asher-Smith ran a European lead mark of 10.96 in the semi-final. Dina Asher-Smith is also the only athlete to go sub 10.9 seconds this millennium as a winner of this title. So many little facts and figures that we can throw out there, but ultimately it comes down to this short race on the track. Amy Hunt has done a fantastic job to make it two Brits in this final. She was only 100th of a second off her lifetime best in the semi, and yes, really delivering as a senior, having been incredible as a 16-17-year-old. This is Jemima Joseph of France, improving to 11.04. But you just wonder what sort of time is going to be needed for a medal. Dina Asher-Smith then, also with that world title, don't forget, from 2019. It was a great couple of years for her when she tried to live with the incredible pace of the Jamaicans and Americans, which at times just isn't possible. Zainab Dosso, 11.01, broke her own national record in qualification. Eva Svoboda alongside her, always a rocket out of the blocks. She was so happy when she went sub-11 for the first time. Is that what's going to be needed to get on the podium? But Patricia van der Weken, the first ever female track athlete from Luxembourg to make a European final. They've only ever won one medal in the 800 metres in 2006. To defend her title successfully, though, Gina Lukenkemper is really going to have to pull out the race of her life. And Mujinga Kambundji, you just wonder what she's capable of here. 200-metre gold was exactly what she wanted after years of near misses coming into Munich. Had been questions over the form of Dina Asher-Smith. Sometimes there's pressure on her, but in some ways she's earned that pressure, certainly by winning 3 golds. Coming into the European Championships, even if 2022 was a bit of a messy champs for her. Not the most straightforward year, but you never know what can happen in athletics. She talked afterwards about struggling with cramp, and sometimes you just have to deal with things that are a little bit outside of your control. The athletes will try and focus on what they can do and show off their world-class sprinting. Hunt, Joseph, Asher-Smith, Dosso, Svoboda, van der Weken, Lukenkemper and Kambundji. But the recall gun goes, the athletes pick up on it straight away. Asher-Smith halfway down the straight inside the Stadio Olimpico. Don't know if you spotted anything there, Phil Minchell.
No, it's well, there's been a few issues over the course of the last 24 hours with the starting equipment. I'm just wondering whether the rain might have just got into it. Well, it's pointing out Mujinga Kambundji. She's very close on the near side, but that looks as though it was quite a significant flyer. You wouldn't have said that with the naked eye, though, although the machine isn't lying.
Now, we have sometimes seen very, very early movement there, but the athletes were set pretty much just there.
We've also seen quite a lot of yellow cards being proffered to athletes who ostensibly have got a flyer.
And one run under protest also from Wdowick, the Polish sprinter. Ewa Swoboda perched on one of those very uncomfortable seats, makeshift seats anyway, the cone markers.
Gina Lukenkemper, though, looking very relaxed, just swaying gently from side to side. She's not had the best of seasons, but she's still the defending champion for the next few minutes.
Is going to be another yellow card. Really interesting this, because we don't often see yellow cards, but a warning. We know it's going to go to Mujinga Kambundji, having seen that reaction time graphic pop up. And now confirmation of that disciplinary warning, so you can see immediately they're trying to reset and focus. But yeah, I know some people are thinking, hey, it's either a false start or it's not. And we saw that negative reaction time. But Mujinga Kambundji will run. Hunt, Joseph, Asher Smith, Dosso, Swoboda, Van der Weyken, Lukenkemper, and then Kambundji. With a bit of good fortune in this women's 100 final. So eyes on Asher Smith, doesn't get the best start at all. In fact, it was very poor. Now starting to come through on Dosso, with Swoboda fighting as well. Asher Smith by a narrow margin, but she does it. And what a look on her face. 10.99, the same winning time as Lukenkemper in Munich. Well, Asher Smith, she may have felt a bit of pressure. She was brilliant in the semi-final. She was faster in the semi-final. No matter, she's champion of Europe once again. Very, very close behind, though.
Yes, when we look at the replay, we'll see that Asher Smith was very sluggish in the blocks. Had a lot of work to do over the second half of the race to overhaul the women who were so quick out of their blocks. Joseph and Dosso. It's Ewa Swoboda who's given the verdict. 11.03, very, very close to her personal best. Dosso, and we can see on the monitors, is just 0.004 of a second between Swoboda and Dosso, the silver and bronze medalists. Dosso very quickly away. Was certainly the leader at 50 metres before Asher Smith got into her running.
Oh, and Patricia van der Weyken, still fantastic for her to finish fourth for Luxembourg, but she is so close to becoming their first woman to ever win a medal at these championships. Maybe next time. And that's maybe perhaps what Dina Asher Smith said when she pulled up during that final in Munich, which was sensational, so close between the medalists. Bigger margin this time. Asher Smith wins by 0.04 of a second, but I think it was important for her to win an international title once again. 2018 and 2019, big breakthrough years, but done it again. Had to wait until 2024 to win European gold again.
Yes, and just 0.08 of a second, covering the first 6 women home. Asher Smith, though, that super surge over the final 50 metres, just bringing her home in fine fashion to recapture the title that she had in 2018.
What do you think this means for her, Phil, going into the Olympics then as well?
Well, we've seen some super quick times from the Americans, the Jamaicans, and a few others as well. She's got a lot of work still. It could be a very different story once we get to the Olympics, but there's no doubt about it. Coming over from her US training base and winning a continental title, adding it to the one that she won in I should say 2018. Yeah, no, that's going to be a great morale boost. She's
Alex,
not quite there to be on level terms, though, with the very best in the world.
I think the significance of that, Alex, as we see Ashley Smith's winning time 10.99 and so close. Those top 6 times, remarkable.